Are you looking to build a course this year? With so many things to consider and potential pitfalls, it can feel overwhelming. That's why today I'm sharing the 10 things I wish I knew before I built my course to help you avoid my mistakes and get started on the right foot. This video is filled with so many golden nuggets you won't find elsewhere that have helped me generate hundreds of thousands of dollars in course sales. Are you ready? Let's dive in. What's up, it's Danie. I'm so glad you're here. Be sure to download my profitable course starter kit down below. Now, the first thing I wish I knew before I built out my course is the power of the mini transformation. Mini transformation versus big transformations. Let me break this down with an example. Let's say you have a course called the 100K Instagram Personal Brand Blueprint. This means you're selling the whole Instagram strategy for building out a personal brand. There are many steps to get to the outcome, and it hits a larger pain point. Versus if I had a course called the 100K Instagram Story Strategy. This sells one specific part of Instagram strategy, how to sell on stories. So you're not teaching Instagram as a whole, you're teaching one pain point. There are way less steps than the other course to getting your student their ideal outcome because it hits a smaller pain point. As a new course creator, you may find that you struggle with giving away everything, and I struggled with it too. I wanted to teach all of the things, and I didn't realize the power of selling a mini transformation when I got started. It's way easier, and often it can be easier to sell. I have never bought a whole Instagram strategy, but I have actually bought a course that taught me how to sell on Instagram stories. It was like $300, and it hit the exact pain point that I was having. Boom, easily sold. So while you're thinking about building out your course, instead of teaching the whole thing, why not teach just a part of it as you're getting started? This can make course creation way less daunting. For example, for my YouTube course, the Magnetic Creator Academy, maybe instead of teaching YouTube for a whole 5 months, I could have started with something like scripts that sell. And I just taught how to script really solid YouTube videos. That would have allowed me to have way quicker wins, and then I could have built more offers on the other parts of YouTube and then eventually bundled it together in a course. Now, I didn't do that, but if I did it again, I would definitely go the mini course route and then have the mini courses eventually build out one large course that could either just turn into a big course or it could be bundled together and people could pick and choose the things they wanted to buy. Kajabi recently actually came out with a cart feature that makes this really easy where people could pick and bundle different digital offers that you have, which could be a great strategy for you moving forward. Also, PSA, if you're wondering what course platform I recommend, you can check out this video where I go over the top course platforms. The second thing that I wish I knew before I built out my course is the power of packaging and having a really strong course title. Now, you heard me just talk about mini versus big transformations, and the key word there is transformation. That's what people are buying. They're buying the transformation that your course is going to give them. And so really great courses that sell well, they convey that transformation within their course title. So for example, I offer all my Kajabi affiliates the 0 to 10K course roadmap. Well, I could have the same course called How to Quickly Learn Kajabi. It could be the same thing, but which one would you want to buy? How to Quickly Learn Kajabi or the 0 to 10K course roadmap? Most people are going to be picking the 0 to 10K course roadmap because the transformation is more clear. So take some time understanding what transformation your course is offering and title it accordingly. I'm going to leave some AI prompts down below that you can use to help you generate really strong course title ideas. The third thing I wish I knew before I built out my course is what vehicle I should drive it in. Just like choosing the right vehicle for a road trip, you need to choose the right course format to get you where you want to go. Nowadays, there's really 3 main options. You could have a course, a community, or a membership. Now, generally, a course is a one-time learning experience. It often has video lessons and worksheets, and it can be sold evergreen, meaning you can sell it all the time. Now, a community is having a space where members really interact. Its main focus is on connection, support, and engagement. A community can often coincide with a course. They can go together, but they don't always have to. And a membership is generally a monthly subscription that students pay for to access fresh content, resources, courses, community support. It can kind of encapsulate a course and a community within a membership. And so which is best? I would say actually there's no right answer. It's really what are your students most wanting from you? If you know that they're craving community, which has been a big push now more than ever, people are really wanting more community, then that's something that you should definitely offer, and you could offer it alongside a course. Like for me, my course and community, they go hand in hand, but you only get access to my community for 5 months within my course program, because then I would just be in my community forever, and that would be really overwhelming for me. So you can make it your own. If you have a more expensive, higher ticket course, generally people are going to expect you have some sort of a community feature. But if you have a low ticket offer that's maybe like, anywhere from $30 to $200, people aren't going to be expecting you have a community, and you could just keep it as just an evergreen one-time course. In the end, pick what sounds best and most manageable for you, and then know you can always change and iterate later down the road. I highly recommend you check out my tutorial where I show you behind the scenes of my community and how I set it up along with my course. Very helpful. The fourth thing I wish I knew before I built my course is that people don't really care what it looks like, they just care that it's helpful. I remember once I spent like $5,000 on a course, and it was so ugly on the inside. It was awful. I couldn't believe how ugly it was, I'll be honest. But this course got raving reviews. Why? Because she got people the results that people were wanting. And so remember, it's really all about, can you give people the transformation that you're promoting? If the answer is yes, then go all in on your course. Don't worry so much about being a perfectionist. Don't ask yourself, does this look the most beautiful? Ask yourself, is this going to be the most helpful in the least amount of steps to get my audience exactly where they need to be in the quickest way possible? Because remember, people don't want you to give them all of the things. They want the path of least resistance to the outcome. In the end, beauty doesn't sell, transformation does. The fifth thing that I wish I knew before I built out my course was the power of the upsell and downsell. Do you want to make way more money on your course launch? Add in a really easy upsell. Now, I'm imagining if you're building out your course for the first time, you don't just have another offer laying around, right? But what you could offer, and what I offer, is a one-on-one call with me at a discounted rate. So I say, hey, do you want 25% off of a one-on-one call that you can use with me any time of the program? Click here to buy it. I will say usually like a quarter of my students will do this upsell. So it's a great way to boost my sales and also have some more one-on-one time with my students. I would highly recommend this, and it's so easy to just add it on in Kajabi. It takes all of 2 seconds. You can see this is me setting it up right now. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. The sixth thing I wish I knew before I built out my course is the importance of picking the right course platform. I will say I started out on Teachable because they had a free plan and I wasn't making any money with my course. So I was like, free plan sounds good. But after a year of selling on Teachable, I outgrew it. It didn't have all the features that I needed, and I moved from Teachable to Kajabi. And so it took me like 2 months to move everything over. I was paying for Teachable and ConvertKit and Kajabi all at one time because I was making the switch. I couldn't just stop Teachable and then start up with Kajabi. All that to say, don't just go necessarily with the cheapest course software like I did. Pick one that really fits your needs that you can grow with. For me, that's Kajabi. For you, it may be something different, but I would highly, highly recommend that you check out this video that's talking about the top course platforms of the year. It's gonna be so beneficial for you. Please watch it. Don't make the mistake that I did. The seventh thing that I wish I knew before I built out my course is to just embrace the cringe. I think the worst part of building out a course is usually the sales part of it. Like, I don't know about you, but when I first started out, my biggest fear was I just didn't want to sound salesy. I didn't want people to think like, ugh, she's getting on her stories and selling things all the time. But here's the thing, you have something amazing to offer people, but they don't know it if you don't talk about it. So you gotta decide, I'm gonna embrace the cringe and I'm gonna share about my course with confidence, because if you talk about it with confidence, other people will think about it in a positive way too. Start sharing it with family, friends, get on Instagram stories, get on TikTok, get on YouTube, wherever you know your audience is hanging out, start sharing about it. I would highly encourage too, you join Facebook groups and even try to attend in-person groups. Get in front of your ideal student as much as you possibly can. That's gonna greatly help your growth as a new course creator, especially if you have a small following. Actually getting involved in groups and events is going to be highly beneficial. I know it feels uncomfortable, but guess what? That's where the magic happens. The more you share, the more you're gonna sell. Embrace the cringe. It's the key to getting what you want. So hold up, I do have a challenge for you. If you're like, okay, I'm ready to embrace the cringe, I want you to take a selfie of yourself or a behind the scenes photo of you and post some sort of a caption like this. I'm so excited. You may not know this, but in the past I went from blank to blank. Now I'm building a course to help insert who your ideal audience is do the same. I can't wait to share more as the doors are opening soon. I'm so thankful for all my friends and family who've supported me along the way. Boom, post it, get it out there in the world and see people engage with it and be excited for you and be like, once the doors open, I want to join. The 8th thing that I wish I knew before I built out my course, actually it didn't exist when I built out my course first, but if it did, I would have saved so much time. It's called Gamma.app. Gamma.app is a presentation AI tool. It can take your Google Docs or even just a phrase and create beautiful presentations from it. I literally had it take the script and create a presentation with it, and look how beautiful it is. Like, if you need to make slides for your course that you teach on, put out all the main things that you want to teach and then boom, throw it into Gamma.app and that's what you can teach off of. What? AI is amazing. Wow. Is it gonna take all our jobs? Probably. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna be making my slides. Now, pro tip though, remember I said that people don't really care about the packaging, they just care if it's helpful. When I got started teaching my course, I literally taught off of a Google Doc because my students didn't care and they gave them the results they wanted and it was free 99. Even to this day, I still use Google Docs for my students' worksheets. And what I'll do is I'll create a worksheet and then I will make it shareable. And then I'll take the link and I'll change the /edit to /copy. And then my students can make a copy of that workbook and save it to their own Google Drive. It's awesome. So I would recommend to definitely do that if you're going to have worksheets, because you can then edit it, and then whenever your new students make a copy of it, it's always the edited version based off of your master version. The 9th thing that I wish I knew before I built out my course is how to actually film the tutorials that I teach. For me personally, I use an app called Screencastify. It's amazing and it's a lot cheaper than Loom. So Screencastify and Loom, essentially they do the same exact thing, so you can't go wrong with either of them. With Screencastify, it will record what I'm seeing, so whether that's slides or my Google document, and me, if I would like it to. I can decide if I'm in the frame or not. And then afterwards, I'm able to edit it. I can crop it, I can cut out parts where I make mistakes, and then it will save to my Google Drive. Thankfully too, when I then go into Kajabi to upload my video trainings, Kajabi connects to my Google Drive and boom, I'm able to just pull it straight from Google Drive into Kajabi. It's super seamless and I would highly recommend it. The 10th thing that I wish I knew before I built out my course is probably the most important one, and that's the secret to reading your students' minds through onboarding forms. Onboarding forms are the best way to ensure that you have happy students. Why? Because you're going to ask them, what are you most struggling with? What have you tried? What does your ideal outcome look like? Like, what for you would make this course feel like a success by the end? What would the results be? What would you be feeling? You have those answers to those questions. You can tailor your course to exactly fit what your students are wanting and needing. Also, I will say beyond onboarding forms, you should also have an offboarding form or reflection that allows your students to reflect on everything they've learned and also give you feedback on how your course could be better and provide you with a testimonial. But onboarding forms are just like so helpful. And pro tip too, I now will take my onboarding forms and I just plug them into AI, and it's so helpful then in AI understanding who my ideal client is and how to write really good sales copy, because it's going to be based off of what my clients actually say. There's so many things you can do with your onboarding forms. Make sure that you create them. You can create those in Kajabi's forms, or you could even just use a Google form. Let me know out of these 10 things, what was most helpful or surprising for you? And if you have any course questions, let me know. Be sure to download the Profitable Course Starter Kit and check out that video of the top course platforms if you haven't picked yet. It's gonna be so helpful. And I will see you next video. Bye.